Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sally Lemus. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. With potential tourist markets coming to the NMI, the job now is to clean up. Also tonight, the U.S. military asked for some changes in the Tinian Divert contract. And a former prison guard changes his plea right before the trial. In sports, kids to their marks, get set and go. Stay with us, we have these stories and more up next.
What's the move? Kinda wild out. Catch a groove. She said, where you going? What's the move? Kinda wild out. Catch a groove. What's the move?
Mickey D's McCrispy. Formerly known as the Crispy Chicken Sandwich, now has some respect on his name. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Real talk. The Spicy Crispy Chicken Sandwich should have been named Spicy McCrispy from jump. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Half a day to the WAMI and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Wednesday, April 12, 2023. After a series of meetings in Japan and the looks of a returning and promising Japanese market, Governor Palacios moves forward in developing this island destination.
We ask point blank, what is it that stands out that you believe needs to be done?
Destination enhancement was one of the key topics during a series of meetings between Japanese tourism stakeholders and Governor Arnold Palacios.
We didn't want to just jumpstart it and that's it. You know, we want a sustained level of not just investment, but them visiting and being regular visitors to the Commonwealth.
Governor Palacios assured stakeholders that the NMI is committed in improving tourist sites, adding more tourist activities, and getting Saipan cleaned up. Planning and Development Chief Chris Concepcion.
A lot of people ask about what's going on, what's new, and the Garipani Revitalization Project was a nice highlight. That the tourist district is being improved. We're spending a lot of money on the place, and so things are moving in a positive direction. It's good. It's not easy. Construction projects are not easy. This place has been, it's been lacking attention for the last 20-some years since it's been sort of, I don't want to use the word neglected, but it's allowed us now to sort of see the problem areas and we're fixing it. And so now finally things are going good.
MVA Board Chairwoman Gloria Kavanaugh says she is a little concerned when it does come to marine sports activities.
Because marine sports basically has been shut down for three years. We were kind of hoping that there was a program at the start of August through December that would have been great and fantastic if it would have hit that market, to get some money to them to help recover. But it's something that we need to talk with our private sector partners and with the government, because that's something that is very important in the beach destination, is to have beach water sports.
Governor Palacios says the full return of the Japanese market may take some time as they have just begun outbound travel, but he is feeling optimistic. The short notice and rushed process to make some changes in the divert airfield contract disappoints Tinian and ports officials. The Commonwealth Ports Authority Board held a special meeting on Tuesday addressing an amendment proposal for the Tinian Divert Airfield lease agreement. CPA officials were pressed by the Department of Defense to amend the current agreement and include easement rights.
And basically, right, this is to ensure that that the pipelines could be laid out and there's easements for utility.
CPA Board Chairwoman Kimberly King-Hines says the inclusion of easement rights were predicted early on in the first conversations and was expected to be incorporated one day. Her concern, however, is the short notice and rushed process.
And so, the issue with the divert lease, it's we don't believe that it's substantive. I think the concern basically is that there wasn't proper notice that was given, and there was not enough opportunity to engage the community and to give them notice that this was happening.
According to Hines, the process in making changes in the lease agreement are to engage with the community first and then reach out to the legislature.
So normally what happens is when we get requests for this, we call for a public hearing. We have that public hearing in the community. We would go down to Tinian. We tell them, hey, there's a request to amend the lease. We want to have this public hearing. We're going to explain to you what the amendments are. This is your opportunity to comment. And then we have to announce and go through the process of having a board meeting. Typically, what we also include as part of this process is a resolution, but we didn't even have time to do that, to be able to incorporate it in the lease because it was so rushed. But it is what it is, and our concerns have been raised to DOD, and it's our hope that this doesn't happen again.
CPA received DOD's request less than a week ago, and the deadline was Tuesday. Officials did act quick, but asked DOD officials to next time provide ample time. CPA's legal counsel, Robert Torres.
For future proposed divert amendments, if any, that we'd like to amend Section 45.H, that there be at least a 90-day notice period for any proposed amendments.
DOD officials who were present via call acknowledged the concerns.
First of all, thank you on behalf of the United States, on behalf of Admiral Nicholson, for considering this. We fully acknowledge that this is not the ideal way to do business. We hear and understand the request for 90 days, and our commitment to you is we will work better. I don't personally anticipate any near-term amendments forthcoming, but we will do a better job next time and acknowledge that we should have and could have done better. So we are grateful that the board has taken this time to execute this.
CPA was also able to incorporate another amendment on an issue recently discovered.
As you've heard in the meeting today, is this baseline study that has been updated as part of the record of decision that shows that there's oil contamination as well as other unknown substances. And so one of the things that this amendment to the lease does is that requires or puts the onus on DOD to be able to clean up whatever contamination that didn't pre-exist at the time of the lease. And so basically moving forward, now this amendment to the lease incorporates that.
Tinian Mayor Edwin O'Don, along with Senators Jude Hofschneider, Frank Cruz, and Carl King Neighbors were also present during the meeting. The U.S. District Court accepts a guilty plea from a former prison guard. The jury trial of a former corrections officer facing bribery charges was scheduled to begin this week, but the defendant, Rainier Delon Guerrero, changed his plea to guilty. Delon Guerrero is accused of receiving methamphetamine and $500 cash in exchange for smuggling a cell phone to a federal inmate. Chief Judge Ramona Maglonia accepted the guilty plea on Monday, vacated the jury trial, and set the sentencing date for August 18 at 1:30 p.m. Delon Guerrero remains released pending his sentencing. Co-defendants Shou Q, also known as Ike, and Jiang Guang Zhang, known as Fat Brother, has pled guilty as well and will be sentenced on the same day as Delon Guerrero. According to the indictment, Ike offered Delon Guerrero drugs and cash in exchange for a cell phone and charger. Fat Brother was apparently holding the drugs, cash, and phone. A friend named Gigi was to coordinate the location, time, and manner for Fat Brother to deliver the items to Delon Guerrero. When Delon Guerrero received his award, he then gave Ike the cell phone. Coming up, elementary kids tell us the importance of reading. Stay tuned.
Premium office space is available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park on Capitol Hill. Features include dedicated parking, fast internet, backup power, good water, and natural light throughout to go along with the very best views on Saipan. So don't settle for space when you can get peace and peace of mind. Call Hermosa Vista today at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com. At one of Saipan's beaches, this mother lays about 100 eggs under the cover of darkness. She hides her nest as best she can and then slowly makes her way back to the ocean. The eggs hatch and the babies head for the sea, where they will face a daily dose of danger. Just 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood. Those that do will one day lay their own eggs. Sea turtles are protected under CNMI law. If you see one that is stranded or if you see illegal activity, call the hotline at 287-8537.
All workers have the right to a safe workplace. Employers must provide a workplace that is free from recognized hazards and comply with applicable OSHA standards, including proper reporting of injuries. Training needs to be done in a language and vocabulary employees can understand, and an OSHA information poster must be displayed prominently in the workplace. Workers, you have the right to raise a safety or health concern with your employer or OSHA without being retaliated against, and request an OSHA consultation of your workplace if you believe there are unsafe or unhealthy conditions. OSHA can help. Free assistance to identify and correct hazards is available to small and medium-sized employers without citation or penalty. So look out, speak up, and stay safe. Job safety and health, it's not only good practice, it's the law. Check out OSHA.gov or call 664-3154 or 3155.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. It was an expo for the environment today at the American Memorial Park as school children learn what makes our natural surroundings tick. Our Chris Nelson reports.
NMI is blessed with a pristine natural environment, clean ocean water, low population, year-round sunshine, and not much industry. But how do we keep what we've got and make it even better? School children today learned more from some of the people and departments in the community that think about these issues full time.
Why is it important to recycle?
So it can keep our environment safe.
Okay. The Marpy landfill is a major improvement of managing waste over the former Puerto Rico dump, which used to routinely catch on fire and posed a hazard to nearby marine life. But the landfill is a finite resource, and staffers today were teaching the kids about making less trash and reusing our resources.
Okay, those are all great answers. okay? But one of the most important reasons why it's important to recycle is because we don't want our recyclables going into our landfill.
If you can't prevent it 100%, then try to minimize how much waste you're making.
We don't want plastics going into our landfill, right? We don't want precious metals going into our landfill, right? We don't want green waste going into our landfill. Why? Because we want to save the airspace.
Chemicals in and around the house can do a lot of good, but also come with risks.
Today we're talking about pesticide safety within the household and also in your everyday environment like at schools, because not a lot of people know this, but pesticides also include antimicrobials like Clorox wipes and stuff. And I'm also teaching them about personal protective equipment, how to protect themselves while using these antimicrobials so they don't get hurt themselves. You know, these kids, they're really smart. They're really taking all the information in, and they figured out that the difference between both is that living things use antiseptics. Anything to disinfect living things on their skin or surfaces, it's called an antiseptic, but non-living things like tables, chairs, that's antimicrobials. And a lot of kids got the answers right. And I was very proud of that. I was like, okay, at least they learned something today.
All right. What's the most dangerous thing about chemicals in the home?
Chemicals in the home, it's because, you know, a lot of houses on island, they're like traditional ways, they don't properly store them. It's very easy for kids to get to, you know, especially like Raid and Clorox wipes too. They're very dangerous for the chemicals that they hold.
The Safe Drinking Water program showed the kids how they look into a deep water well for water.
Once it hits water, it makes a beeping noise.
Winnie's a student at Garapan Elementary School and wants to be a biologist one day. She learned how to test water to see if it's safe to drink.
You take it in like a capsule thingy, and then you put it in like a machine to test it. And if it's bioluminescent like that, it means it's positive for harmful bacteria.
Lots to see and do today at the American Memorial Park. On Friday, we will take a look into the sea turtle program, also invasive plants, the rhinoceros beetle, and the deepest ocean depths in the world, which is right in our backyard, the Mariana Trench. Chris Nelson for the Channel 2 News.
Today, we live in the age of screens. With technology taking up much time in a child's life, school librarians around the nation promote the good old traditional way of reading, which happens in the library.
A book can teach you a lot. My dad grew up with a book. He learned a lot. He's a very smart man.
In celebration of National Library Week and School Library Month, KSPN visits William S. Regis Elementary School this morning to ask the students how they are acknowledging Library Month. Tell me what's so important about reading. Why is it important?
Because it gathers the information that you are looking for and makes you understand what you need to do with that information.
It is very important for us to read because it can also help us with things that we don't understand. And I used to be in PGFC, so that helped me a lot with my speaking skills, my reading skills, and also my spelling skills. And it also helps you with sound spelling, which is a great tool to use during like a test or anything that deals with writing. But it's very important to read because it can keep you in a sense of state. It can keep you in a state of mind that that will teach you how to learn new things and how to do new stuff. And that's why I think it's important.
The NMI Public School System promotes an initiative called #WakeUpAndReadCNMI, where people can take pictures of themselves reading a book, newspaper, or magazine and post it on social media. Library Arthur Sondheim shares what this initiative is all about.
With social media dominating nowadays, we'd like to have our students and our community to share their reading experiences together and join in sharing the joys of literacy.
5-year-old Adrian Guerrero shows off his reading skills.
I am tired and cranky. I will take a nap. I like to nap. I am happier when I am rested. I hope I have good dreams. Mr. Sunhai.
Why do you like to read?
Because I can read all the words.
All right, awesome. Great job. Hudson Igasomar read a book to the KSPN team as well, but this time in Chamorro.
I'm going to be reading Y Duendes by Celio Citlali Gutierrez Long. Antes na tempo, giundikiki na isla mafananaan, tinyan? Kuha unpatkun Palawan na Anya Sirita, sumisiha somaga zan sinanonya, mampu Sirita umapinitizi zan sinanonya, kanaturubesi sumisihaha idos. Inana hasopopota ihagonya kimaseha hafa na manera zan lokwi, hana suguguru nator inisidotnya managohodzi.
And why do you think it's important for young kids to learn how to read in the Chamorro or in the Carolinian language?
I think it's important so you can learn the roots of your family if you are part of the Chamorro or Carolinian family. And I think it's important that you also read just to have a mental break from using your device all the time.
Sondheim has been a librarian for more than 20 years at WSR. He believes libraries are the heart of each school.
They're a vital part of our school literacy projects, not only in English, but as you could see in the vernacular in Chamorro and Rafalawash. And it's very vital that vital attention is needed, that we address the concerns that these languages are perpetuated.
Happy Library Month!
All right, folks, don't go anywhere. Sports is up next.
Need a new phone? Trade in now and get up to $500 off our best 5G devices. Trade in your older phone in any condition and step up to better savings and speeds only our 5G network can provide. Check out our website and catch up on the best mobile experience. Trade in now. Docomo Pacific, better together.
Premium office space is available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park on Capitol Hill. Features include dedicated parking, fast internet, backup power, good water, and natural light throughout to go along with the very best views on Saipan. So don't settle for space when you can get peace and peace of mind. Call Hermosa Vista today at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com. Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Buenas sports fans.
Earlier in the show, the WSR librarian spoke on children needing a break from technology, and he recommended reading, but running is an option as well. Let's check out week 2 of the PSS NMA All-School Athletics. The all-school athletics continued on Tuesday as Group 2 from the elementary divisions met on the Oleai Sports Complex track and field. This event is sponsored by both the NMI Public School and the Northern Marianas Athletics. In the 100-meter 9 and under boys, 3 heats were held. In heat number 1, Davy Ray Indeleshu of Cagman crossed the finish line first in 15.95 seconds, followed by Chase Cruz of GTC for the second place and a time of 17.79 seconds. Third place is Derek Lee of Grace Christian Academy. His time, 19.16 seconds. In Heat 2, Javen DeLon Guerrero of GTC topped this group with a time of 18.49 seconds. Second place is Jaden Camacho of Brilliant Star. His time is 19.03 seconds. And third place is Shukon Minto of Garapan with a time of 19.25 seconds. Meanwhile, GES Mallard Shurup Minto topped heat number 3 when he crossed the finish line in 18.87 seconds. Jeremiah Tarkong of GTC bagging second place, his time 19.07 seconds. And another GES Mallard, Noah Sablon, took the third place. His time is 20.85 seconds. In the 9 and under girls 100 meter, only 2 heats were held. Callie Rages of Garapan Elementary School won the first place. She finished in 16.54 seconds. Second place is Cagman's Blue Marlin Astrid Masuwamai with a time of 17.81 seconds. And third place is Atiyaya Sakwikan of Garapan. Her time is 18.22 seconds. In heat number 2, first place is Prora Hirochi of Garapan. His time is 17.78 seconds. Ayana Olebu of Cagman crossed the finish line in 18.15 seconds for the second place. And Hannah Song of Agape, third place with a time of 19.29 seconds. Meanwhile, in the 12 and under boys 100 meter, Juan Carabello of Cagman finished Heat 1's race first in 14.58 seconds. Braden Otiwi of GTC second place with a time of 15.58 seconds. And third place is Bentley Chargaloff of GES, his time 16.12 seconds. In heat number 2, Raviel Escarlon of Agape finished first in 14.83 seconds. Second place is Conan Iacopo of GTC. His time 15.44 seconds. And Jayton Dela Cruz of Cagman finished third with a time of 15.86 seconds. In the girls 12 and under, only 1 heat was held. Adela Aderwangel of Cagman finished first with a time of 15.65 seconds. Sarah Narita of GTC is second place, her time 17.14 seconds. And third place is Kiara Niraket, also from GTC, with a time of 17.41 seconds. The results for the 400 meter will be aired this Friday. Schools under Group 2 are Agape Christian, Garapan Elementary, Gregorio T. Camacho Elementary, Mount Carmel, Cagman, Brilliant Star, and Grace Christian Academy.
Hi, I'm Dre, one of the personal trainers here at Goats Gym, and today we're going to go over the kettlebell deadlift. Fantastic exercise to build overall strength, particularly in the legs and hips. Remember, we want to make sure that our setup is in good position. If you set up in a bad position, it's not going to look good and it's certainly not going to feel good. So a common error setup is obviously a rounded upper back. 2 simple ways of correcting that. All I'm gonna have Vince do here is extend his arms up here, and all he's gonna do is think about reaching long and pushing his hips back. Reach long and push your hips back. So as you can see, he's already in good position. Now all he's gonna do is grab that kettlebell. He's got tension in his legs and in his back. All he's gonna do is just stand up tall, finish with his glutes.
And for your KSPN weather report, today mostly sunny with isolated showers, east wind 13 to 15 miles per hour, and gusts as high as 20 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy with isolated showers, east wind 11 to 16 miles per hour, and gusts up to 20 miles per hour, high 86, low 77. Humidity at 82%. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with isolated showers, east-northeast wind 11 to 14 miles per hour, and gusts as high as 18 miles per hour. High 84, low 77. Your marine forecast, a dry season pattern characterized by moderate trade winds and combined seas of 4 to 6 feet can be expected for much of the week. Seas increase slightly later this week. East wind 15 to 20 knots, wind waves 3 to 4 feet. East swell 5 to 6 feet. Your sunrise will be at 6:05 a.m., high tide at 10:34 a.m., low tide 6:33 p.m., and the sunset, you can catch that at 6:31 p.m. And there you have it, Marianas. That is your midweek edition of the news, sports, and weather. Thank you so much for watching the Channel 2 News. We hope you have a great night, and we'll see you back here on Friday with more.